What's going on, Soccer Family Zone? Always a pleasure to join you guys. We wish it was under different circumstances, but today we're here to discuss with you guys what transpired between Real Madrid and Valencia yesterday. Oftentimes we discuss this game of soccer or football. We talk about the beautiful game. Yesterday was probably one of the ugliest moments in the game of football, in the game of soccer. The thing is, you might have your personal views about racism, what constitutes the act of racism or not, but one thing for sure, you should not have any excuse for the treatment that Vinicius Jr. received yesterday when he was playing against Valencia for Real Madrid. If you're not aware of the incident, well, the thing is, Vinicius have been one of the players that have been abused the most this season in La Liga when it comes to people making overt racist comments or chants towards him. One of those is calling him mono, which is monkey in Spanish, making chants, different things basically. So yesterday, the player clearly had enough and he was able to clearly identify someone behind the Valencia goal that was making those comments. He tried to identify the person and pointed to the referee. The game never clearly halted as it should, based on the previous protocol that was established by Tebas and La Liga officials. So the game continued on, and a different moment here, the game was stopped again. One of the Valencia players, after Valencia's goalkeeper, was chasing Vinicius out of anger, and you should see the disgust and anger in the eye of the goalkeeper. This is a fellow footballer. This is a fellow sportsman that you should be protecting, and this goalkeeper, who I dare not to even say his name because I'm disgusted with him, actually started chasing Vinicius around. And another player, another clown I should say, from Valencia went and put Vinicius in a headlock. Well, once Vinicius reacted, not even slapping the guy, just really pushing him away, making contact with his face, the guy dropped as if he was hit by an atomic bomb, really, which was even more ridiculous. And what does the referee do in the 90th some odd minute of the game? He gave Vinicius a red card to add insult to injury. You can see in my face that I'm angry. I'm angry because I'm a father. As a father, as a brother, as someone's family member, this is outrageous to me. And whether you're black or white, whatever your skin color is, this game has no place for this type of behavior, especially when it's not the first time. And Vinicius was the first one to point out, this isn't the first, second, third, or last time that he's had to face this. Oftentimes, we hear this fake outrage from a lot of people, to include Real Madrid. And I'll point out to you guys, in full disclosure, I'm a vivid and avid Real Madrid fan. I don't hide it. I've been a Madrid fan since I was a boy, actually. But I am disgusted at Real Madrid's lack of protection of a player like Vinicius. Imagine if it was a player of the caliber of Messi or Ronaldo who play for Real that have been subjected to these things, would Real Madrid have kept as quiet as they've kept? Would they not push harder to ensure that some type of measures are taken to take this ugliness out of the game in Spain? It pains me even more that this is happening to one of the most joyful players this game has ever seen. Brazilian players, as you know, or if you didn't, now you should, are the most wonderful human beings in terms of expressing themselves on the pitch. You don't pay the type of money you pay for a player like Vinicius Jr. or Rodrigo to come see them dribble and then pass the ball to the left or to the right. They play with such joy, such expression, la jinga, the happiness of life. That's what people pay for. Now, to have a player like Vinicius Jr. stepping on the field and having to worry about people calling him monkey, making monkey chants, and calling him all type of names that I don't even care for or to repeat in this show is ridiculous. We can all be outraged for a moment, but this is something Vinicius have to live with. This is something black players have to contend with in a league like La Liga. And we're not talking about some teams in the middle of nowhere in Spain. We're talking about Valencia, a storied club, a big city in Spain, where people ought to know better. People know better. Yet this is how they're treating a caliber star like Vinicius. So what happened to the average citizen that's living in Spain that is actually black or that is from Morocco? Vinicius has pointed out that well, this is La Liga, this is the ugliness of it, this is not football. He's absolutely right. Because football is a microcosm of your society. What goes on in a stadium is what's happening outside in the streets. So it pains my heart to know that a society like Spain, that should be one of the most civilized nations on this earth, and I use the word civilized based on their definition. That's how they were acting. It is pathetic, but again, I'm more upset with Real Madrid and President Florentino Perez, who actually has sat back and not done anything substantial this season. People can say, well, he's done this, he's done that. No. Florentino Perez is probably one of the most resourceful human beings on the face of this planet. He has the resources. When he put his mind to something, he gets it done. I.e., the Super League has been trying to do for so many years, despite opposition from FIFA at time, opposition from UFA, and every other sponsors that don't want him to make the Super League happen. He's still fighting for it. He has hired some of the best PR firms and legal firms around the globe to keep his pet project alive. You mean to tell me that Sam Florentino Perez cannot protect one of his own players like Vinicius Jr. and ensure that he's treated respectfully, not fairly, respectfully? There are so many words you can use to get in the head of an opponent, to actually disrespect an opponent even. Let's put it this way. Because it's opposition, it's football, sometimes passion gets the better of you. Why does it have to get to the use of his skin tone? I can call you all kind of names, tell you how sorry you are of a player. You should never put the boots on. You should be, cutting the grass in the stadium. That's the only job you should have on the pitch. Those all are derogatory things that you can say to someone. That doesn't have to be about their skin tone or their skin color. And what's even sadder is that you have some pathetic losers that go in the comments trying to justify this and blaming Vinicius Jr. for it. Whether you're black, white, whatever, green, and you find any justification for that type of behavior, you are the problem. This beautiful game should have no room for this kind of behavior. Again, in competition, you can call your opponent all kind of names. You can try whatever to get in his head. Within the confine of the game, of course. But to feel like you have to scoop so low to use their skin tone, their skin color, their race against them, that's sad. Pablo Aimar, George Kempes, Roberto Ayala are all great Argentine players that have worn the colors of Valencia. Whether you think they are white players or not, that's debatable. To me, they are South American, they are Hispanic players. This is a team in Valencia that have had many African players over the years. How do you go back in those locker rooms and look at those guys when you're putting Vinicius Jr. in a headlock or you're a goalkeeper chasing him around? Again, this is pathetic. What's even more pathetic is that the powers to be Tebas and Florentino Perez have not done a thing to protect one of the biggest stars that this game has ever seen thus far at such a young age. But Vinicius Jr., this message is for you. Com força e unidade. Somos juntos, filho. Juntos sempre. Te amo.